Happy President's Day, everyone. This is Jason with the Simpademic, and I have an interesting question here, and I've basically just come across this recently myself. And this is for all you guys out there. Have you ever looked at a woman and asked yourself, how is she still single? At my church, I just joined a small group, and I got the group invitation, and I looked at her, and I'm just like, she must be co-leading this with her boyfriend or something, because I can't imagine how somebody who looks like that could possibly still be truly single. And in church groups, that is a legitimate possibility, to have a dating couple running a group. But I haven't seen this guy yet. She presents herself as the leader of the group, and I'm just like, how in the HE double hockey sticks is she possibly single? And I'm just like, she's quite a cutie. And I have to tell myself this right now, and that's just like, but then I took a look at, I did a little bit of researching on Google here on this particular matter. And yes, this is actually more common than I probably ever assumed. If my guess that she might be running this as a couple and just not coming out openly and saying that yet, if that's not the case, again, this is a more common situation than I think many people assume. And some of the reasons I ran into why this is the case go something like this. Number one, most men around them assume they're taken, just like I am. If they assume that they're taken, they're not going to get approached or asked by many men, because they're all going to figure that they're already spoken for. Number two is that they probably think that they have a long line of suitors already lined up, ready to go. And if that's the case, most men are not interested in a competition. And because if we're not interested in a competition, again, we're not going to approach these women because, men are not interested in competing. That's why when single women out there talk about all the men that they're talking to in a stupid game to try to get the man who is pursuing them to get jealous, it backfires, especially if the man is any good, because men are not interested in a competition. At least not in this particular area. We compete in lots of other areas, such as my bowling league. We're competitive in that. But as far as these games, where women try to get the man to express how much they care through jealousy, that doesn't work. Good men see right through that, and that game for the women is a fool's errand. But let's say they really, let's say that men look at a very attractive woman and just assume that they already have a long line of suitors, and they're not going to compete for that, which is fair, if you ask me. My future missus will probably just walk right in and just be like, you know what, here I am. No games, no stupid high school antics. But and so that's two. Number three is if a woman has everything all together, men will assume that the woman doesn't need a man. If they're highly confident, financially successful. Again, I had a long distance friend, a long time friend from high school. She fits this equation fairly well. And she also insisted that her man make more than she does. But when you're making $250,000 a year, that's an almost impossible ask. So if a highly attractive woman who carries herself strong, men are not going to approach her because they assume that the woman doesn't need them. I also have number 4. A lot of times highly attractive women will reject men very harshly. False accusations, putting them on TikTok, embarrassing them in public. Just saying no. Like, oh, what's the worst thing that you can do is to say no. No, it's not. That's actually probably the easiest thing that they could do. But they can be embarrassed, publicly shamed, and put on blast on social media and falsely accused, as I have been. And so men see this type of highly attractive woman, and they figure that's going to be in the bag for them. And so they don't even try there. So in that case, these women will also remain single. Mostly because of what society and other like-appearing women have done. So anyway, those are the 4 reasons that I can think of about why highly attractive women stay single. Not intentionally, but just because of the image of them on social media and just the assumptions that can come to mind, whether they're logical or not. So anyway, I just thought about that today when I was thinking about my new group leader here today, because she is cute. I'm just not going to lie. And so I had that thought, and I did, some researching and looked at a couple sites on Google, and those are the 4 that come to the front of mind. So anyhow, just something interesting to chew on today. And enjoy your President's Day if you have it off like I do. We'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday night for End the Simpademic. I don't know what I have cooked up, but I'm sure it'll be something interesting and fun. But anyway, you folks have a great Monday night, and peace out.